Hello, I'm Doug and this is the Taste and Sensibility channel. And today we're at Fresh Cheese Review number 23 where we're looking at Fromage Blanc. And 6 months ago, I didn't know what this was or never heard of it. But because I got educated by Liz Thorpe in person and in her book, The Book of Cheese, I know something about what Fromage Blanc is. Because it's one of her mozzarella gateway cheeses. So this is actually a fat-free cheese made from the milk of cows. And the French version, if it could be imported, and maybe it can, is sometimes made from the milk of goats. And this is listed in her book of cheese in the mozzarella gateway, and I'm calling it fresh cheeses just to be a little more descriptive or easy to, more clickbait to the general public. So we are winding down our fresh cheese series here in the next 2, 3, 4 reviews, and then we'll be moving on to coffee, which is always interesting and stimulating. But before we get into tasting this, I want to remind you to like the video, give it a thumbs up, leave a comment, leave a question, subscribe to the channel, and click on that bell icon to get notified every time a new video is posted, usually Mondays and Thursdays. So Fromage Blanc. Fromage might be some kind of cheese in French, I don't know, but I know Blanc is white. And this is compared to yogurt and sour cream. I'll have all the pictures up there. So I'm just going to do a little tasting here and describe how it comes across. It's got a sour cream sort of texture. It's thick. It's not very runny, although the little liquid separates after it sits for a while. But there's a little tartness to it. But it's not quite as sour as sour cream. It's not quite as sour as plain yogurt. So I read the label here and it says it's made from skim milk. So it's got 0 fat, 0 cholesterol. So it could be an interesting substitute for sour cream or yogurt in some recipes or for some people. So what I have here is Vermont Creamery's version. So they're pretty faithful to the French style that uses skim milk. Some American makers put cream back into it, Liz says, to help with the mouthfeel or richness. So I'm just getting a very sort of plain dairy vibe from it. It's a little bit tart. It's not quite a lemon or citrus tartness. And it's not as much as sour cream or plain yogurt. So I wouldn't know what to do with it. You might be able to dump in muesli or something or granola and eat it as a breakfast. But this is pretty pricey compared to sour cream or yogurts because this 8-ounce portion was about $6 at Whole Foods. Whole Foods has a lot of Vermont Creamery stuff. I have found mine, at least mine do. So I couldn't think of something else to do with it, but I did have a little Lipton onion soup mix and dump some in to make a little dip. So this will be a fat-free dip that we'll see how good it is. I brought potato chips. I made enough here to have a little tiny party with you guys. So I'm going to go ahead and give this a little taste. Very oniony, a little salty of course, as dips often are. And I'm not sure I can tell if there's a difference in the tartness level, if this is made with sour cream or made with the Fromage Blanc. So it's good. No one would notice that this is a fat-free version of something. The it's certainly not salt-free once you put that soup mix in. There's a touch of salt in this, but I didn't really pick up salt as a separate note when I was tasting it plain. So it's just enough to enhance the dairy flavor and make it interesting. So this is a perfectly good dip that no one would suspect is fat-free. So I guess I could sit here and eat this all day because it's pretty good. But as I said, I didn't know this cheese existed. So sour cream isn't a cheese, and yogurt isn't a cheese. This qualifies as a cheese because of the way it's made, and enzymes, and maybe it uses rennet. So personally, I don't partake of all the different ways that this can be used, like yogurt or sour cream recipes, or substituting something in a cake or pie or dessert or breakfast or different things, but that doesn't mean it's not useful. So I better stop eating this and finish up. So I didn't know what Fromage Blanc was, and now I know a little bit more. So it's a little esoteric, a little oddball on this list. And we'll finish up with a couple more cheeses and do a fresh cheese and cuisine episode before we move on to coffee. So as I said before, please like the video, please leave comments and questions, please subscribe to the channel. And join us next time for more fresh cheese.